Right here, I have two seed-started starfruit trees that I started from just normal grocery store starfruit. And the fruit quality sometimes can be subpar from the original fruit that you had, but also there's the possibility of me grafting on a variety in the future if I am truly disappointed with the quality of the fruit. But I kind of think I'll be just fine with it, but we'll see. And today I'm actually going to be air layering some of the branches off from these because, as you can see, they need a little bit of trimming as well. Starfruit is one of those types of trees that can do well on roots that are grown from an air layering or from a cutting. Not all fruit trees can do well, like mangoes and citrus. They're a little bit weaker and less hardy when propagated on their own roots from like a cutting. And so it's better to always have those varieties of plants and trees growing on a rootstock of some kind. So from my understanding, when trimming a starfruit tree, you want it to grow up about maybe 3 to 4 feet with one central leader, and then you want it to have maybe 4 branches that come out and balance out the tree. Now this piece right here, this branch right here, we are going to air layer off and turn into another tree. What I'm gonna do is take my knife and cut all the way around the bark right through here. Try to make a nice clean cut. And it's good to also wash the knife before you do this. And then I'm gonna come up maybe an inch or so right in here and do the same thing. Break the bark all the way around, so it'll come off nice and easy. There we go. Now we're going to score it carefully. There. And now I'm just taking my fingernail down the cut that I did vertically, and I'm taking off this bark right here. And then with this exposed cambium layer, we're going to wrap it in soil. Now this is optional, but you can put rooting hormone on here. You can also put like aloe, you can put honey and cinnamon, like whatever you'd like. Any sort of thing can encourage root development, but also it's not always necessary. So now what I got is a sandwich baggie with a little bit of damp soil. Like, you don't want this soggy and you don't want it dry. You want it kind of like just in between the two, so it's at this perfect moisture level. I'm gonna bring it through and around, just sandwiching that whole spot with the soil. Don't worry if it's not perfect, it's just fine, as long as the soil is completely surrounding the branch. Now we're going to take our zip tie, and sometimes you need more than one, but in this case, because it's such a small branch, it should be fine with just the one. Now, if this is in full sun, make sure to wrap it in tinfoil, especially during the summer months, because this can heat up and dry out and cook whatever small roots that you're trying to grow in there. Now, if this is in the late fall, like it is right now, or if the plant is inside, it's definitely not necessary to wrap with tinfoil. And once I see a good amount of roots poking out through the edges of the bag, then I will go ahead and trim this off. And at that point, I'm probably going to give this a little bit of a haircut because I don't want it to have to support all of these leaves and all these branches just on this tiny, tiny amount of roots. So we maybe would cut it about maybe in half or so. And what's awesome about air layering is I can set up one up here, and then I have this one, and then over on this plant I can set up another one right here. And so I'm going to have 3 new starfruit trees just from these 2 original plants. So I hope that helps if you're curious about how to air layer starfruit trees, or just curious about starfruit trees in general and how to take care of them and how they grow. And I thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a great one.